it ended up that all you ever
Right.
did was eat sandwiches and watch TV, you could feasibly make peace with that in a way that wouldn't be absurd.
And that's like kind of, I don't know. I want to be like, let me aspire to be something great. But like, also like if I'm making money and doing an easy job, like I feel like I cannot complain. You know what I mean?
Call from
Maddie.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, what's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie.
Yeah.
What's up, Maddie? What's up? What's going on with you?
You know, nothing much. I'm just eating some pizza right now.
That sounds
What's up with you?
psychedelic. That sounds psychedelic, eating pizza. You know, it's
Dude,
really
wait, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just can't vote. This is just crazy. But continue, sorry.
I was just going to say, it's really about the simple things in life. Is eating a slice of
I think
pizza
so
is so great. I talk a lot on here about, like, my own, like, food bullshit. And I've been thinking about this. Tell me what you think, Maddie. Is I can't decide if I'm happier when I'm not eating like shit or when I'm eating like shit, because there's just an acute happiness that I feel when I eat a giant cheesesteak and fries and watch YouTube. And it's I don't there is, like, one could say, a greater amount of contentment in living a healthy lifestyle. But I don't know. It's probably a balance. There's probably a way to balance it, because once you eat like shit for too long, the effects diminish. But God, nothing fucking matches it. I like sex or drugs or what. Like, I've had no dopamine high quite like eating an entire pint of peanut butter s'mores Ben and Jerry's. I really and to deprive myself of that feels like it makes life less worth living, but also to indulge too heavily to the point where it's not even enjoyable anymore is also. So I don't know. I find a great joy in exercise. Like, I like lifting weights. I love walking. I love exercising, but I don't like eating a salad. Gives me no joy. I don't know. What do you think, Maddie?
Okay, I've like been having this similar issue because I'm like a good eater, you know, and I don't know. I've been trying to like be more healthy, but like I will literally like do the meal prep thing. It takes fucking forever, and then I could sit there and like eat it all. I feel like, and it's because it's healthy, and then I'm like not even full. I feel like, but also part of it is definitely just sugar, and it's like another. I don't know. It's another money spending thing in this capitalistic world, you know. Not to sound like that, but sugar is addicting as fuck. And fast food, just the ease that it provides, I guess. But I don't know. I've been struggling. I'm sitting here looking at this pizza, and I've eaten one piece, and I could easily eat the whole thing probably.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to do it because it's summertime. I need that summer body. So I'm just going to look at it.
What are your plans for the summertime? Do you have anything exciting happening?
You know, I'm broke, so I'm going to do the best I can, but I'm going to LA next week, so I think that'll be fun. I got a friend to pay for my plane ticket, which was pretty baller. So yeah, I'm just going to hang out there for a few days. I'm moving this summer, so that should be fun too. But yeah, kind of on a budget, so not much besides just working and saving money, honestly.
Did your friend pay for your plane ticket out of the kindness of their heart, or were there strings attached?
Well, there's no strings attached. Her mom is she used to be a flight attendant. Ooh. So they get some weird like ticket perks now, which I'm super jealous of. But I guess I'm in on it now, so.
Maddie, let me ask you this. Is there anything in particular that you called in to want to talk about?
Not really. I didn't really think you'd answer, to be honest with you. Last stream, I was calling as well, because I was on a little road trip driving back home, and you always talk about how you romanticize things in your life, and I was definitely having that moment driving home, listening to sad music, and then I saw you get on the stream or whatever, so I was like, damn, I need to talk to him about this. But now I'm already back in my current home, so that romantic feeling is gone. But
it's an interesting thing, romanticizing your life. I've been thinking about it recently, because there's parts of my life that I romanticize, like when I'm traveling or doing grand things or talking with my parents or with friends,
right.
or there's parts of my life that I certainly romanticize, and some of them are inherently romantic, like traveling and whatnot. But I think the idea of living a wholly romantic life where every second of it is romantic, there's something exhausting to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Almost it never. You gotta give yourself some time to breathe. You gotta cause that's why eating the cheesesteak in front of my TV, eating the cheesesteak and fries in front of my TV. There is nothing romantic about that at all, and I wouldn't dare attempt to make it romantic, because when everything's romantic, it's so grand and lofty, and sometimes you just want to fucking be a normal ass, just live a normal fucking whatever bullshit life, which is eating and watching TV.
How are you supposed to do that though? How do you be normal? You
just eat a sandwich and watch TV. It's the least romantic thing you could do. But I try to be in the moment of it, and I go, I am so I actively de-romanticize it. Last night I ate a cheesesteak and fries, and I thought to myself, there is nowhere else on the planet and nothing else I would rather be doing at this exact moment. I am honored. You know what I'm thinking about right now is I'm talking a lot of bullshit. I actually completely romanticized eating a sandwich. I literally actively romanticized
it's the most normal, it's so normal of you.
I thought to myself,
watching TV.
I thought to myself, because I sat down, and I'm trying not to feel guilty about whatever. But I mean, some things you should feel guilty about, being addicted to the fucking Instagram all day or whatever. But
yeah.
I was eating this cheesesteak and watching the TV, and I literally said to myself, I am honored to sit here and eat this and watch a YouTube video about defective Sonic plushies or whatever the fuck bullshit I'm watching.
Sure.
This is I'm so happy to be doing this right now, which I think actually is romanticizing it. So I'm wrong. I do romanticize eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
And watching TV.
Well, it's hard to catch yourself doing something normal and then not being like, oh, I'm doing it. Look, I'm doing it. And then once you notice you're doing it, it's not really normal anymore. In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe that's the first steps to becoming a human.
I'm always back and forth between life is this infinitesimal, crazy event that I'm experiencing in the middle of two walls of oblivion that are all the time before I was born and all the time after I die, and I should spend this little speck of time in oblivion doing trying to be amazing and romantic all the time, But that's too much to ask. It's too much to ask to do it all.
Well, yeah, I do. I have this issue where I guess it's romanticizing. I set myself up like I'm in a movie or something, and that might sound so selfish and oh my god.
Hold on. Can I stop you real quick, because immediately
yes,
I'm curious. you immediately went negative with what you're saying. You immediately said it was a problem, and you said it was selfish. Why do you feel it is either of those things inherently? Why did you judge it to be those things?
I think it's just like you, like us as individual humans would like to think the things around you are happening because of you or for you, but like obviously it's not, you know, it's just like the world and randomness. And I like will inherently be like, oh, this was a sign or something, or when it really was just like something random that happened. I can't even think of an example, honestly, but like I will sit there and like, I guess it's not even like jumping to conclusions, but just kind of imagine things in my mind, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that's inherently bad. You're basically, what you're doing is like, life is chaotic and random and has no narrative or order to it, you are choosing to take this chaos and craft a narrative from it. So, that's what you're doing. You're crafting a narrative. And I guess if you want to be a nihilist, you could say that the narrative you're crafting, yes, is built on a foundation of, chaos and inherent meaninglessness. But I think it's good to craft a narrative. I don't think it's selfish. I think it's it's something to cling to. I
think so too.
You're creating something to cling to within the chaos. And this is going to sound like woo-woo, but it's kind of amazing that as human beings we can do that. That's like a weird, like, godly gift to create your own narrative from this chaos. So I don't think it's selfish. I think it's like you're like tapping into your higher existence when you
I feel like
interpret
it is
things
very, like,
as your own narrative.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're not being a dick, as long as you're not like being a I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. Like, as long as you don't think every single thing is about you all the time and just being like a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I don't think I'm an asshole at this point, but maybe one day I'll become one. I feel like people get a little bit more assholey as they get older. I haven't met many people that are like, oh, I was such an asshole back then and now I'm better. Like, I feel like it was like, it's the other way around for most people.
Why do you think people become assholes as they get older?
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like it's just like it's more of like a been there, done that sort of situation. You've been through more, and it's easier to like jump to conclusions. I feel like it's like the same reason why like my grandparents are, I don't know. It's like I guess they're just like less accepting of things, whereas I'm like, why would you really care about something that doesn't even affect you, But also I've met some people that have like really cleaned up and like have been on a non-asshole journey, I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of the way it goes.
It's always, and anytime I see, I've probably said this on the podcast before, but anytime I see like when you see like an elderly person like yelling at a customer service person, and every time I see that, I'm like, dude, you had 80 fucking years to figure this out. How are you still at you're at level 0 of consciousness right now when you're doing that? And
right.
How are you 80 fucking years old and you're at like level 0 still? It's crazy. Yeah,
I'm a cashier at the moment, and I literally sell T-shirts, and I deal with that every single day. Like, someone will walk in and dislike something about a T-shirt, and then like stand there and argue with me like I'm holding them hostage. And like there have been multiple times where I have to be like, you can leave, I'm not asking you to buy anything. But I don't know. People, it's kind of a power move, I feel like, for some of those old people. But it's also like, I mean, it's not even just old people that I run into. Like, it could be anyone, and you never know who it's going to be either. It's kind of crazy. I don't understand, like, I don't know. I've worked customer service like pretty much my whole life, I feel like, but I've never been like in a situation where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so excited to bitch at this worker right now. Like, that's what I'm going to do when I walk in.
I guess,
and I don't know where that comes from.
It probably comes from like they don't. I assume that they don't have a lot, or like that all their friends and family are like dead, or like they don't have. I don't know. I don't know how people end up like that. I really don't. I mean, also we grew up differently because we exist at this weird turning point in society. Oh man.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird time. I don't even want to get into that, honestly. That's all anyone talks about. You know what I mean? And that's all that's all I talk about at work too. It's like, oh, the economy, and I'm like, I don't even. I have like no money saved. That's all I have to save. Like that's all I have to add to that.
I guess I was talking less about the economy, more about just like technology in general.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. We don't. I mean, if you had something you wanted to say about that, you can say it.
No, I mean, honestly. So I guess like a little context into my life. I just graduated college with a communications degree because I ran out of time to figure out what I actually wanted to do and money. So I was like, let me just get something out of this, you know. And my whole little background was film production, but I somehow made it through without ever figuring out how to like use a camera or like all this very important stuff. So now I'm like out here in the real world being like, yeah, I like film production. And then it's like, oh yeah, I don't use a camera. Oh yeah, I don't know how to edit, you know? And like, this is stuff that I could easily teach myself how to do. And for some reason it's like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it. But I also like don't know what I like. And I guess that's kind of where I am right now. And especially with technology, like there's all these things that people are like, oh, you need to know how to do this and that. Like the amount of times someone's told me to make a fucking LinkedIn account, I'm like, dude, why can't I just like sell apples or something?
Well, a few things to that is, I talk about this a lot. I also went to film school, and they make you watch old movies, and they don't actually teach you anything.
No, I wasted my money, and my teachers, they didn't really, not to throw them under the bus because I had a good time, but like they didn't know how to do anything either because I feel like that's of like an ever-changing industry, you know, and they're all like pretty old.
Yeah, no, yeah, the film school. God, I've been on this rant 8,000 times, but yeah, the film school track is like people who like teach at film school usually are like they'll be like, yeah, I've been working on the same documentary for 7 years, and we're gonna try to get a grant for it. And it's just they're just in a universe that is not the universe of that media is actually consumed in. But anyway, so why do you just want to sell apples? Why can't you sell apples?
I mean, I guess I could, but like then I also have this thing where like I obviously want to be like comfortable one day, you know, and like not having to. I feel like if you sell apples, you have to sell apples for the rest of your life to survive, and I don't want to be old selling apples.
Interesting. What do you?
But I would like to. I would like to be young and sell apples like right now.
Okay. Well, what do you? Why not? I guess I don't see why you. How old are you now? Are you 22?
I'm 23. Yeah.
Fucking go sell apples. Why not?
Yeah, maybe I will. I guess it's more of the It's kind of this. I was actually talking to my coworker about this today. The feeling of like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be like a middle-aged person one day, like hopefully, you know. And that's like that's kind of new to me, I guess. because I don't know, I was like really fucking around up until like right now, like this year pretty much, and now like not to get all like existential, I feel like, but it's just like, damn, like this shit is real, you know?
Yes.
And like I can't just like I guess like I could go home, but that's not the plan at all, you know.
Yes. I know what you mean. I remember, I think it was 2019. I had my when I was in 2019, I had my existential crisis of like, oh shit, this is real, and I'm going to have to make money and have like a job, and figure out life. I think I was 21, and you know, up until then, it's like I had just been, like, I was in high school and I was making movies and doing stand up, and then I went to film school, which, as you know, is nothing. And then I had a like I was like you, and I was like, oh, I've just been like fucking around and kind of getting to do whatever I want for 21 fucking years, and I'm gonna graduate soon, and shit's gonna get real. And then I just got really lucky, and now I do a podcast.
Yeah.
You know,
how's that going for you? Do you like it? Or is there something else that, are you like, oh, damn it, now I have to do this fucking podcast again?
In this very moment, I'm enjoying our conversation. I think it's because I'm on a little bit of caffeine, and you're an easy person. I think you're an easy person to talk to. I like, because some, you know, I appreciate callers who will let me just go on really long rants uninterrupted.
Oh yeah, I didn't think I was gonna get on, so I'm like not prepared at all.
Okay, that's okay. There's nothing to prepare for.
Good.
How's it going? It's going good. There's other things I want to do, but I'm enjoying. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to get to talk to so many people. You know, it's been great.
Yeah.
Before this, I had a plan though. My plan was that I was going to. I had been like helping like some of my dad's friends with like doing video, like helping them. They ran like their own like law firms, and so I was helping them like make YouTube videos and Facebook videos to promote their law firms. And so that was my plan. My plan was I was going to be like a social media manager for like dentists and lawyers and like small businesses. And the plan was I was gonna do that to make money, and then on the side make my own videos and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan right now, honestly. I'm just like praying I can get a social media type job, at least to say I used my degree for a few years, and then maybe I'll like magically figure out what I am like actually super into.
I mean, you want to pick what when you say you want to sell apples, is that like are you being specific, or does sell apples, is that a broad way of saying do something simple and, you know, real?
You know, it's more of just like a space filler, I guess, because like my biggest problem is that I have, like, this sounds so depressing, but I have no passions. I feel like when you were sitting there talking about like literally just eating and watching YouTube, I've seriously considered, I'm like, should I do mukbangs? Like, should I get famous for like being a fat ass or something? But like selling apples is just like a, you know, like my blank spot for trying to figure out like what the fuck I actually want to do. Because right now I sell t-shirts, and I'm like, if I was getting paid like $10 more an hour, like this would be fine. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of, I don't know, I want to be like, oh, like let me aspire to be something great, but like also like if I'm making money and doing an easy job, like I feel like I cannot complain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've been thinking about that a lot. I genuinely have. I've been thinking a lot about, like, I mean, there's infinite different ways to live life, and you can actually even kind of weave in and out of phases of your life.
Oh yeah, I do.
Where like at some, I guess, yeah, the thing I've been thinking about is like, is it okay to just fucking live, or do you always have to be, like you're talking about, like striving to be great and striving to be amazing? You know, it's a lot of pressure to be amazing.
I think it's totally fine to like have a humble living and like live your life. Totally. Yeah. But I guess kind of with like, I'm always on the Instagrams and the whatevers, and it's just like you see these people doing like insanely crazy things like in your face all fucking day. And it's like, God damn it, like I'm sitting here like hitting my vape in the back of this t-shirt shop, but like waiting for someone to walk in.
Our fucking brains we're not meant to be. I really do. I really feel you on all these things that you're talking about. They're all things I've been thinking about, because I'm also on Instagram seeing people do cool things, and I'm like, I should be doing more cool things. You know, our fucking brains are not meant to be doing this shit. Like we were supposed to like live our own lives, and because we had no other reference point, just be like, oh, the best thing you could do with your life is dig holes in the dirt for 80 years. And in some way, in some ways, it's a negative that we're exposed to fucking literally everything all the time. And then in some ways, it's positive because it could be, inspiring to do. Yeah. In some way, I guess with a lot of shit, it just kind of depends on how you look at it. Okay, so when you're having everything shoved in your face on the computer, are there things in particular that jump out at you where you're like, I wish I was surfing, or whatever it is? I like to watch the like travel vlogs or whatever, but also another weird thing is that like like when given the opportunity to like leave the country, or like I had all these like study abroad opportunities in college, like I'm just like, no, like I don't know, I don't have a passport, like I've never left the country, and like I also don't have like a dying urge to do so. And I'm like, is that weird? Because everyone's like, oh, you don't want to go on this little trip with me to this other country? And I'm like I don't know, I feel like I find some comfort in sitting there and just like watching other people do shit. But then like every now and then I'll be like, oh my God, like at least just like get up and open a window or some shit, like feel some real air on you. Like you don't have to like go hop on a plane right now, but like figure something out. I don't know. I don't think it's inherent.
Guess it's easier to get down on yourself when all of that is happening. It's just like, where should I even start, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I mean, is it just like a sense of like, oh, feeling guilty because you're not doing enough? Or is it like, oh, I actively... I mean, it sounds like you don't both actively want to do any of that.
Yeah, I guess it's more like, should I feel like I want to be doing this because everyone else is? But like, I wouldn't even know that everyone else is if I wasn't so just like on my phone. You know what I mean? It's really that damn phone. Like, but I don't know, man.
Well, here's another thing to think about. God, I'm such a hypocrite with this, but I've been thinking about it because I'm also at a little inflection point where I'm trying to figure out, my passions and dive deeper into them. But it's like the action. If you saw how I spent my day today, you would kill me for saying this, but but you have to believe in the idea, not the fact that I scrolled Instagram for like 5 fucking hours today. The action predicates the motivation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Look, you're never gonna know if you like traveling abroad or doing whatever the fuck these things, or selling fucking apples, unless if you like go do it, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, if you can give it a shot, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then you'll see. And then it's nice, right? Because if you go to France or whatever and you get there and you're like, I really wish I was eating a sandwich and watching TV right now, then great. You did it. You have verifiable evidence that you don't actually want to do any of this shit. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that stuff. I've been thinking, I really truly, what's her name? Maddie, I really truly have been thinking about this a lot lately, about like feeling guilty because you feel like you should want something, but then not inherently craving it. And I don't know where I land on it. I think I land on the idea that the action predicates the motivation, and that you do shit and then fucking
just gotta do it.
Yeah, I think that's where I ultimately land on, because you don't want to be like 80, because like you said, as you've realized, you will be old, and you don't want to regret things. But it's also so fucking I'm realizing this. It's also so fucking easy. If you're 80, it would be really easy for you to go. I swear on my life, if you're 80, it would be really easy for you to go, I spent my life eating sandwiches and watching TV, and honestly, at the age of 80, now that it's all over, I had a great time doing that. And then die. Why not? Why not? Why not? Everyone talks about the deathbed like it's such... And this is all very demotivational. But I really have been thinking about that. Because you know what? If you got... Because when I sit down and I eat a sandwich, I was just telling you, when I eat the fucking sandwich and the fries and I'm watching a YouTube video of 10 facts you didn't know about Zelda Skyward Sword, I really have tapped into this ability in this moment to be like, what an honor it is to eat of this bread and watch of this YouTube video. What an honor it is. And I think when I'm on my deathbed, I could, like, if I died tomorrow, I don't think I would regret the time I spent doing that. I mean, I'm very happy that I got to also go on lots of adventures and have great relationships and with friends and do work that I was proud of and whatnot. And I ultimately would like to do more of those things and less eating sandwiches and watching TV. But if it ended up that all you ever did was eat sandwiches and watch TV, you could feasibly make peace with that in a way that wouldn't be absurd. There was really no other time, like, in human history where someone could do that. Yeah.
And
Basic humanity.
Right.
Is like, what you have parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you have a good relationship with them?
Yeah, we're all right.
Do you have friends?
Yeah, sorta. I definitely have friends. I guess that's another thing. Like, since I've moved, I've been in a different state now for like 4 years now, and it's been a lot harder to make friends for some reason. Like, I feel like the older you get, the harder it is to just be like, you want to hang out after this or something, Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have a solid little group of people, and I have some friends that are gonna move with me in the summer. But I say all this like shit, like, oh, I don't know what I want to do, but like, I am also a very lucky person, and I've like made it this far, so something will work out.
I mean, again, if you died tomorrow, you could be like, well, I had friends and I had a decent enough relationship with my mom, and
Yeah.
you know, I got to watch YouTube. It was great.
Yeah, I got to talk to the therapy gecko.
It's cool getting to talk to you about all this because I swear I've been like deep in thought about like ambition and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm always there.
It's a personal choice.
Well, you know, I also will say I used to be like, you know, when I first left my hometown and like my freshman year of college, like I graduated high school 2020, so the whole COVID thing was happening, and literally like it was like rock bottom for me. I was literally sick every day. I went to college and lost like 50 pounds, and I like came back looking sickly or whatever. And like now I work 9 to 5 and I go to the gym after and I eat quinoa. So it's like I'm doing something, but then it's like, you know, I know, right? I'm like quinoa, but literally it's like I gotta keep getting better, I guess, in my head. But I have been a lot worse. So it's like, oh, I'm doing good now.
I have
could
this
be doing better, and
I have this theory. I have not yet experienced it in my personal life, but I am optimistically believing that it is possible. My theory is that it is possible to achieve things and improve at life and be ambitious without fucking hating yourself. I have not yet personally experienced this, but I have to believe it's possible. Maybe it's like I can you be ambitious from a place of not hating yourself? Because there's a weird like being ambitious and like wanting to like improve yourself and do stuff kind of comes with the inherent postulate that you are not enough. And I argue, I have, you know, ambitious friends, and I argue we kind of talk back and forth about the whole like being enough thing. And I don't like, I guess like if you're like like, I think it's a weird paradox because like you take people who are like unhappy and you and you say like, oh, but you are enough as you are. And it's like, well, if I'm enough as I am, why am I fucking miserable? You know?
Right.
So on that sense, I don't like the movement of you are enough. But then when I look at it on the flip side, I'm like, well, you never get there. You know, you can have infinite improvement and infinite success, and it will never be enough. And so what, you just hate yourself into improvement forever? That also seems fucked to me. So I don't know.
Well,
The answer lies somewhere in the middle. I haven't figured it out yet, but I think there's a balance. It's got to be some balance of the two, because if you're just accepting that you're enough and you're miserable all the time, then something's clearly off. But if the opposite is just hating yourself forever, then what kind of life is that, you know?
I do kind of feel like some of the most like ambitious people in my life also have this like okay, my best friend, she is in like every college club, dean's list every year, winning awards all the time for some shit I didn't even know she was doing. But then will tell me like all the time, like I literally like everything I do, like I hate myself. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how? And I'm like, okay, yeah, me too. But how is this manifesting so differently, like in our two lives? Because when I'm having that, like, I fucking hate myself thing, I will shut down for weeks and like consider quitting my job and just self-destruct, I guess. But she will just keep picking up things and has like an extensive resume. And I'm like, how, do you know anyone like that? Do you have anyone like that in your life?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, how did she get that end of the stick and I didn't, you know? And it's the same with like those ultra running people. Like they'll run for like 100 miles and be like, yeah, like something super traumatic happened in my life to where this is what I do now. And I'm like, God damn, like if something traumatic happened in my life, like I'd probably be sitting here eating the pizza still. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I always think about those like people who don't have arms and legs that like didn't fucking go climb a mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have arms and legs, and I still didn't climb the mountain. But one day I might.
I'm not going to say I don't have answers to all these things, because I actually think I do.
You do?
Or I don't. No. I don't have answers, but I have theories, and I'm working on them. I think.
What are they?
My current theory is, well, like I procrastinated all day on making a fucking video, and then once I actually finished it, I felt good, and then I think there's got to be a balance of like, okay, you don't procrastinate and like do the things you want to do and make the things you're trying to make, and then you'll feel better when you make those positive choices and changes. And then from there...
Yeah, you actually do.
Yeah, and then from there, you know, drink as much as you want and gamble and watch YouTube and jerk
You mean
off
like as a reward?
I don't know. I don't know what I mean. I really don't. But
because I'll do that. I'll do one good thing in my day, and then I'm like, oh, I can do whatever I want now. Like, for example, I usually go out on Thursdays and do karaoke. And last Thursday I didn't go. And I was like, since I won't be spending money at karaoke, I can go eat 4 donuts for breakfast today.
Yeah.
As a reward. And then it's just like, well, that wasn't a reward. You might as well have just gone and done karaoke and spent your money, you know?
But now, see, how great would your day be if you took a long walk and you were like, all right, I achieved my fitness goal for the day. I'm going to go do karaoke.
Yes.
That's a great day. It's a balance. It's a fucking balance. I think that's the answer. I think the capitalist thing of like, you are never enough and you must keep improving is not, like there's like something, like it's somewhere between. There's some, like the philosophies of like the socialist, you are enough and everything is fine all the time. Like there's something in between those two. They're like something, we need a balance of the two.
There is.
I think.
One other thing, not to be that guy.
Be that guy. Go ahead.
I've recently stopped smoking so much weed, and like that has been that's been like the best thing. I think it did make me gain like a ton of weight, which kind of sucks, but also like I remember to do things, and I don't have like that constant like, oh my god, you fucking suck thing over my head at this point. I still do sometimes. And also, fuck that whole thing where people are like, yeah, weed isn't addicting, because seriously, like, there was a weird brain switch that happened to me like 2 years ago where like all of a sudden I would smoke the tiniest amount of weed and like just get scared. And it still happens, and it started 2 years ago, and to this day I still smoke every day, but you know, it's just like before I go to bed or whatever, because I guess it's sort of just like a ritual I've built in my head. But like every day I smoke my weed and get scared and go to sleep, and it's like, man, this shit is fucking addicting. Like I don't know what to say. It's definitely not like crack or anything.
No, it is very hilarious how many times I've been like, oh, I'm going to smoke weed before I go to the grocery store, and then I have a panic attack in the grocery store, and then the next day, dude, and then the next day, I'm like, I should fucking smoke weed before I go to the grocery store.
Well, it sounds so nice, and it used to be, like, I'm telling you, like, in high school, I was literally, like, all day long, just, like, high as fuck, hitting the dab pen, smoking joints, hitting the bong or whatever, and now it's, like, one little rip of the bong, and it's like ruined my whole day, and I have to go to sleep. I guess that's part of, I've heard that happening like to other people, and I guess it's just part of like I guess you just hit your limit eventually. But if you asked me when I was 17, like, are you going to be scared of weed randomly one day? I'd be like, why would that happen? You know, like, I don't know what happened in my brain, but I can pinpoint the exact day it happened, and it's been that way ever since, and I still haven't stopped. I don't know what it is. But I have significantly cut down, and it's been super helpful on the normal side of living, honestly.
Maddie?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
No, there's not. I really appreciate you picking up.
Of course. Good luck with your life.
Thank you.
You know, everything. I was gonna say everything will probably be fine, but yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Yeah, everything will be fine. Everyone will die, and it'll be good, because we'll go back. We'll return to the prodigal son. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We shall return.
Thank you for calling, Maddie. I'll see you around the universe.
Yeah, thanks, Lyle. Bye.
That was a nice conversation. That was good. I am... Yeah, a lot of those things that Maddie was talking about, I was thinking about a lot. Yeah, I don't know how ambitious you're supposed to be. Or like the weird, like the thing of like, oh, should I be feeling certain feelings? I don't know. There's probably some book about all this shit that I talk about on this show that is like, here's what your brain should be doing at all times. And I'll just one day I'll find it, and people will call me, and I'll just be like, well, here's what it says in the book that knows everything, because there's always a fucking book that knows everything. Hi, what's your name?
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger. What's up, Tony the Tiger? What are you doing?
Nothing much, man. I just finished playing pickleball. Just played about an hour and a half of pickleball. So just kind of relaxing for the rest of the night.
Is there anything in particular that you called in to want to talk about, Tony the Tiger?
Yeah, man. I just I'm graduating from medical school in about a month, so it's kind of a big transition for me. I'm starting residency in July, so it's a big thing for me. Big life event.
Are you excited? What are you in residency for? Like, what kind of medicine?
So internal medicine. So that's like, you know, when you think doctor, that's like the doctor, like, you know, like when you go to the hospital, the one that just sees you and rounds on you every day.
That's cool. You're gonna get
kind of like general medicine type.
You're gonna get to look inside of a lot of ears.
Well, not in the hospital so much. A lot of hospitals don't even have that tool to look in the ears. You just kind of got to bring your own around, and if you don't have it, then you're not looking in any ears.
Wait a minute, you have to buy. You're like a teacher at an underfunded school. You have to bring your own shit.
I mean, a lot of the hospitals, like, you go in the room and they don't even have like the tools and stuff on the wall. A lot of times,
so
that's more in like a clinic. That's more in like you go into the clinic, like your primary care doctor, to get like a checkup for, you know, your strep throat or whatever.
So you just got like a stethoscope in your pocket with your like phone and keys and vape and shit, and you bring it into the hospital.
I try to stay away from the vape. I've had a couple of classmates that pulled out their vape in the hospital, like we're walking through the ER, and they just start vaping. I'm like, dude, we're gonna get kicked out of here. Like, stop fucking vaping.
That
like just walking
really
by
funny.
a patient room and they just it's just like automatic because like it's the nicotine addiction. They do it without thinking about it, you know.
How was medical school? It sounds like it was easy.
Oh, it was the easiest 4 years of my life, for sure.
Tell me more.
No, it was super hard, man. I would say the first year was the hardest. I think you've mentioned that you had friends who were in med school or something, but
yeah, I do. I have one of my best friends is about to start his residency.
Oh, okay, so you know a little bit about it, but for the listeners, whatever, it's like first year is when you have like all the classes at once. So you got like anatomy, like your general class where you learn how to like treat patients and be a doctor. And then I'm at a DO school, so osteopathic medicine, so you have to do like spinal manipulation stuff, so that's another class. So you're doing all that at once, and it's just freaking brutal. Like, people like either like turn to like drugs that first semester, or they like try to like, you know, fuck their classmates. Like, there was a lot of like relationships that popped up like the first semester. Everyone was like really stressed, you know, and trying to like get it out.
Doing drugs and trying to fuck your classmates sounds pretty standard. No?
Oh, that's pretty standard. That's pretty standard stuff. So that was like
across all disciplines.
Oh yeah, even if you're like you know, in accountant school, you're also trying to fuck your classmates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's across all disciplines, but that's the hardest semester. And then it, like, once you figure out how to study, you just kind of coast from there, and you're just kind of chilling, trying to get to third year. When you're actually third year is like when you do your clinicals and you actually like get to go out and you have to like, you know, sit in your apartment for 12 hours a day by yourself, like eating Grubhub every day. You're actually out in the hospital, like doing things. That was my like first year, was just like ordering Grubhub and studying. So I got like the freshman of 15. Yeah.
Are you excited to be a doctor? That's so real. That's such a real job. It's an interesting thing because like the previous caller that we talked to.
I didn't hear that, but yeah.
She was kind of like, oh, like, what am I going to be doing when I'm 50? And I also have that thing, and I have some friends who I'm also like, what the hell are we going to be doing when we're like old and shit? But what you're doing is interesting because you kind of know. How old are you?
30s. I'm in my early 30s.
Early 30s. So, but you kind of know what you're going to be doing for the entire rest of your life.
Yeah, you generally know. Like, each day is different. That's why I like medicine, because you're not doing necessarily the same thing over and over, because you're seeing different patients every day. So, but you generally know what you're going to be doing, and you have like pretty good job security, I'd say, because you actually like have like a sought after skill. But you know, it's kind of like, I think like coding, you know, is another one where you have like job security because you have like a sought after skill and stuff like that. So there's a lot of jobs where it's like, you know, you know what you're going to be doing, like you said, until you're like 50. You don't have like any, you know, there's no blackness, you know, kind of in front of you for what your career is going to be like.
Do you like that?
I do like that. I think it just gives you, like, it takes one more stress out of life. Like, you know, there's a lot of people who have jobs where like they're not sure. I worked at a job where I was like not sure if I was going to get laid off. Not necessarily fired, but like laid off. And I think a lot of people have that in their careers. And it could be any type of job, you know, even doctors can get laid off. But like there's less of a chance of that, especially if you're at like a hospital that's kind of more rural. So I do like that. But
yeah,
I just, you know, I don't really, I think like it's not the only way to go in your life. You know, like there's tons of different career pathways you can go where you have job security and doesn't require like an extra 7 years of school, you know? So it's like, I just did it because I couldn't see myself doing anything else, you know?
That's a great reason to do it. Can AI replace doctors, or are you guys good?
Dude, I was literally thinking about that today because I saw a meme, or not a meme, but like a post about the Medtronic, the company, has like a new robot where they're able to do like the surgery, general surgeries like appendectomies and stuff, like where you take your appendix out with like the same error rate as like a regular surgeon. But the robots aren't actually robots. They're being controlled by the surgeon like remotely. So there's no autonomous robots at this point, even remotely doing surgery. So it's going to be a long time. The first thing to go, I think, is going to be like radiology, because you're like looking at x-rays and there's like pattern recognition software, you know, and then same thing for like pathology, where you're just like looking at microscope slides. You're just looking for patterns. So I think that's another thing that could be the next one for AI. But just for like a regular doctor, where you're just like, you need empathy. You need to talk to the patient, talk to the family, make decisions on the fly. I think that's going to be a little harder. Does that make sense? Or
yeah, it does. Like, you know, you want. I mean, yeah, part of your job is like talking to people and doing stuff that I guess a robot can't do.
Yeah. Maybe at some point we'll have like freaking Matrix robots that just like take over and they're the doctors. But I don't know if they'll be evil. Maybe they won't want to treat humans. So I don't know about that. But maybe at one point we'll have that. I don't know. It's going to be a long time. Probably. I don't think in our lifetime, Lyle. I think it's going to be way past when we're alive that's going to be fully like autonomous robots doing surgery. That's my opinion. But
well, are you excited for that? I mean, like, do you feel like they'll be better?
I really think like the biggest thing that patients like say to me that they like about me is that I'm like generally pretty personable. I'm like the nicest person to come in the room all day and just talk to them. And you know, human touch is another thing. So like, I don't know if you ever had a doctor that just went in and like didn't even touch you, like do a physical exam, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Like, did he even do anything, or she even do anything? So it's like that's a big part of being a doctor is like the human compassion, human touch aspect. So I mean, you want like a cold, like silvery robot hand doing a physical exam on you, you know? Or I guess they could do like a warming thing of the hand with the robots, but I don't know. I think the human side is like a big thing. So I'm not really excited for that to be a thing.
It'll be interesting when like you have kids who grew up with robots, you know?
Well, it'd be like Elysium, like that movie with Matt Damon, where they just go up into the sky.
What's that movie?
Elysium, where the rich people just like get into a pod with robots and they just are like automatically healed, but the poor people don't have access to that.
Oh,
so it could be like that someday.
I think I got to stop talking about AI so much.
Yeah, man. But I'm excited to do it for residency. I'm excited to be a doctor. I don't have to walk into a room and say I'm student Dr. Tony the Tiger, and I can just be like, I'm Dr. Tony the Tiger. I can just actually be more confident, you know.
Oh,
and
I forgot that you started this call by saying that you were Tony the Tiger.
Well, dude, Tony the Tiger's he's a forgotten mascot, so I wanted to bring it back.
Honestly, when you said that, I thought you were going to be kind of a dumbass troll, but you're actually like a smart guy.
I was just trying to come up with a name, dude. It just popped into my head. I was just coming up with a stupid name.
Tony the Tiger.
I don't want to troll you, dude. I've been listening to you. You were one of the podcasts that have been getting me through med school, dude. I started listening to you my first semester of med school, and like when I'm just like vibing out, chilling after a test, dude, I just listen for like 4 hours.
Fuck yeah.
And just like chill. So
Thank you,
can I shout out a couple other of my podcasts that got me through the tough times?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bad Friends, Bobby Lee, my boy Andrew Santino. I know Bobby Lee was on your podcast. And then Theo Vaughn this past weekend. He's a cool dude. Mm-hmm. So those ones have been great, dude. And then I got into Dr. Drew after seeing him on your podcast also. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
So.
Let's
but yeah,
see.
there's just like you gotta have. When anyone's thinking about doing some sort of hard graduate degree, not just med school or anything, you gotta have like some sort of outlet, you know. But whether it's like chilling, listening to podcasts, I just would go for a 3-4 mile walk and just listen to Therapy Gecko, just kind of chill and get out. Like you said, you always say get outside. Like anyone can just go outside, just walk outside.
You know, I kind of like bringing this back to the previous conversation that I just had, and I know you weren't there for it, but it was a lot about like ambition versus not, and talking to you is interesting because the world does require the continued existence of the human. You know what's fucking? Oh man. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm about to fuck my mind. The continued existence of the human race is kind of dependent upon people having ambition, because we need people like you to be ambitious enough to go become doctors. So if everyone decided that watching TV and eating sandwiches was enough, we'd be fucked. But also,
we would be living in this. Yeah, sorry.
But also on top of that, I kind of have a little part of me that goes, you know what? If the human race died out because we all got lazy and decided that eating sandwiches was enough, and then we all died, maybe it kind of really was enough, and we could all just die. That's insane. I'm insane. I gotta stop talking like this. I really, dude, I don't know what the fuck happened to me. You've been listening to me? What is this? Okay, you've been listening to me go crazy for a month. What does that sound like to you? Am I insane?
Dude, I love it. I know you're just, because you've been traveling a lot and you've been like probably really tired and just like had the opportunity to be like thinking all the time because I'm assuming like you're traveling alone a lot of times. So you just, when you have the time to think by yourself, sometimes you just go into spirals. I think everybody does that. Like I've been doing that in the third year of med school because I don't talk to anyone. I just go to the hospital and come home and I just think about shit. So it's like, you're not going crazy, dude. You're just thinking a lot and you're probably thinking yourself into like just a bunch of spiraling dark holes.
Bro,
it doesn't sound. You're definitely different than you were, but I still love listening to you. Like you're just changing with your experiences and stuff.
It's scary though. I don't want to be different than how I am. I know I've thought myself into. I've kind of. It feels almost as though I've irreversibly thought myself into. Like today, I was procrastinating, and I was like asking ChatGPT if science could verifiably deny that we are living in a simulation and shit like that. And I really like people say shit like people get high and say like, oh, could we be living in a simulation? But like I felt that I really was like for a while. Still, I'm like, oh fuck, are we living in a simulation?
But can I tell you my quick thought on that? It's like, there's a dude I used to listen to on Sirius XM, and he would just be like, well, who the fuck cares if we're living in a simulation? You're still living. Just enjoy like the experience. Like everyone dies. Like just enjoy it while you're here. And there's probably no way that you're ever going to know if you're living in a simulation. So just keep going. Just have fun. Go out with friends. Do fun things. Travel like you do. Talk to people and just enjoy it.
Yeah, all these things I'm thinking about. All these things I'm thinking about. You're not supposed to be thinking about them for too long.
Yeah, you might have gotten a little bit too deep into the.
I think that's why I got a little bit too deep outside of the Matrix. But there's no bottom. There's no end. Reading. Like, I don't read books. I don't read books. I ADHD scramble around Wikipedia, and I was doing that today. I was ADHD scrambling around Wikipedia, like looking at like the Wikipedia page of consciousness and of like like shit like that, and like looking at like skimming through the Wikipedia pages of like philosophers or whatever. I was doing that today and like reading about like theories of consciousness, and it felt important to like dive into a little bit, but it'll kind of, if you go too deep into that, it'll kind of ruin your life. It really,
I know, dude.
It'll ruin your life.
Like athletes or something, or like I love Jamie Foxx. I just Wikipedia Jamie Foxx over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just Wikipedia like fun things. Have you ever done Wikipedia races?
Yeah, I used to do that on stream, but if you go too deep into like existentialist thoughts and theory and stuff, it just will ruin your life. It ruined my life for a little bit. I'm trying to get out of it, and I actually think I will. I think the key to getting out of it is you just got to you just got to be in your life. You got to have responsibilities. You're a great example of a real person because you have so many, like being in residency. You don't have time to think about fucking like what happens after we die, because you're so in life. Dude,
I'm gonna be just microwaving frozen meals over and over. That's my life.
That's the key. You got to be in your life in some way, shape, or form, whether it's being with people or working or whatever. You got to be in your life, because if you got
to go do something real, like
you got to do something real,
solid, objectively real, that can get like, don't just sit in your room. I know people. I've been that way before when I've been depressed. I just want to sit in my room, but you just got to force yourself to go out and do things, which is easier said than done. But
I've had too little responsibility because I was touring and traveling for a while, and now I'm not. And I think I've had too little my responsibility has become too little now that I'm.
Bro, just have some kids. Have a few kids.
I literally thought about that. I'm like, should I just have a? But that's a bad reason to have a kid.
No, I know. Don't have kids. Maybe get like a goldfish or something.
If you have too little responsibility, you start thinking. And I mean this. I am glad that I don't think this will last forever. I'm optimistic that I'll heal myself, but I'm glad I had this little era in my life because I think it's an honor as a human being to get to this point where you're so like in the conscious of these crazy kind of terrifying existential things, like because I do believe I'll be able to like see it and then go back to like, let me stop at a stop sign and like an Instagram post. Just like whatever the bullshit of life
and everybody goes through it, dude. There's like, I know this is kind of a stupid reference, but there's that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where like Malcolm like goes into like the existential crisis and like doesn't believe that anything's real and gets like super depressed, and like his mom's like, she's like, don't worry about it. Reese spent like 2 days in the dryer, just like sitting in the dryer, like thinking about life. So it's like everyone like experiences that kind of thing where they're just like, what is life? What the fuck is going on? Some people just experience it later than others, you know?
I don't know if everyone experiences that. I think it's no, like, do you think? No, some people are too. I don't think I genuinely. I don't think every single person experiences that. Okay, again.
Yeah. It's hard to talk in absolutes. So you're probably correct. I mean,
like, okay, again, alluding to the previous conversation I just had, we were talking about like people who are like 80 years old and like arguing about coupons with people or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Like angry 80-year-old. I think if you're 80 years old and you are arguing with a retail worker, you've probably never had an existential crisis in your entire life. I would gander that.
That's probably true. If you're like pinching pennies like that, like what are those people called that are the super couponers or whatever that are like, they spend hours trying to like save money on shit with coupons. Those people probably never.
Yeah, well, not necessarily like people who, not necessarily like penny pinchers, but just people who like they like are like, you know, concerned with like complete utter. But if you're 80 years old and you are just concerned about like complete other bullshit that has fucking like nothing to do with you, you've probably never had an existential crisis. Which is, but so I guess. I think. Well,
what's another example of that though? Like something that has nothing to do with you, that is bullshit. What's one other?
Let me think. Like,
sorry to challenge you.
No. It's okay. I'm trying to think of like concrete examples. I'm
trying to think of one too, but I don't know. Like what you're. I don't know.
Like I don't know.
Like what? You're like what someone else is wearing, maybe like.
Yeah, sure, something like that, you know, or I don't know if you're like a crazy, what you know what I mean though, like people.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's definitely people who've never had existential crisis. So I think by that point, like if it is weirdly an honor to have like a terrifying existential crisis. I think it's something to push through and eventually be like, okay, I'm gonna go back into the Matrix and learn how to accept that you'll never have answers to these terrifying questions, and like that's fine and okay, and like just eat your sandwich and do your job and be okay, you know?
Just eat your fried bologna sandwich and just kind of calm down.
Eat your bologna sandwich and look at, you know, watch a YouTube video and shut up. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Right? You know.
Yep.
But it's an honor that you ever got, and I don't think you can ever fully silence whatever screaming part of your brain is in touch with that. But it's, you know, it's good to have had that at some point in your life before you know.
Yeah.
It's good to have. There's a higher being thing to that. I sound kind of like a douche, but I you know,
I don't think anyone thinks you're. I think someone's you, but you're not. No, so.
I'm sorry, you cut out just now.
Nobody thinks that you're a douche.
What's your name again?
Tony.
You're okay. Well, Tony the Tiger, your phone sucks, and
Oh damn.
I can't understand you. But it's okay. I was gonna end the phone call soon anyway.
Okay.
I like you, Tony the Tiger. You're a cool guy. I'm
Good.
happy to live on the same planet as you right now. This is cool.
Well, I hope
you seem like a
see
nice
you in
guy.
person someday.
Yeah, I'm gonna
hope
try
to see
to
one
come
of your
back
shows.
on the. Where do you live? Like, you don't have to give me your address. but-
Nowhere that you would ever come. It's a big college campus, but in a state that you'd probably never come to.
Well, try
So.
me. What state?
Arkansas.
What's the biggest city in Arkansas? Lafayette?
To someone the other day. No, you talked to someone the other day who's from that town.
What town? Little Rock?
Like, no. What's the biggest college? University of Arkansas. That's the big college here.
What
Yeah.
city is that?
Fayetteville.
Fayetteville. Okay. Is that where you live?
Yeah, I'm in this area.
What's it like?
Dude, it's fucking awesome. There's tons of comedy clubs here. There's bars and there's big concert venues and stuff. Bobby Lee came here to do a show. We had a bunch of comedians. Nate Bargatze came here. Theo Vaughn just came here.
I would do a show in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Well, I don't know if anyone would. If people would come. If I get like 100 people, that could be fun.
I mean, it's 40,000 people at this campus, college campus. So.
All right, maybe I'll. What's the comedy club there?
There's a bunch. There's JJ's Live, but then there's the Walmart Amphitheater, which is like the big outdoor venue where Bobby Lee played.
I don't know if I have to draw to play the Walmart Amphitheater, man.
Yeah, there's JJ's Live is probably where you go. There's a bunch of them. There's these big clubs where bands come and comedy people come. They're just
sounds fine.
small
I'll try.
venues. Yeah.
I'll try. If you work at JJ's Live, hit me up on Instagram.
All right, man. Well, nice talking to you, dude.
Nice talking to you too, Tony. Is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Just keep listening to Therapy Gecko as long as he does it.
God fucking bless you, Tony. Keep being. I'm glad that you didn't. I'm glad you did something with your life. I'm very happy about that. It's good that you're a doctor.
And you as well, sir. Have a good night.
Take care, man. Bye bye. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Mike.
Mike. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
I don't know much. I'm at the gym at the moment, so I'm taking a break right now.
You're at the gym. What are we working on? Is it a push day, a pull day?
It's leg day and core.
Leg day. Respect for not
Yeah.
skipping leg day. I'm a big leg day skipper.
Oh no. Yeah, you should not skip leg day at all.
Just real quick. I'm not on like a headset or anything like that, right?
No, I'm trying to find the quietest part in this gym, and it's just like, I think I'm gonna go to the
fine.
bathroom.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
How are your legs? How are your calves?
Oh, I'm dying right now. I'm legit dying.
Why are you legit dying?
I kind of went a little hard on my squats today. Yeah, I did 540 on the squats.
You did five. Oh, I'm sorry. You say 540?
Yeah.
540 pounds.
Yeah. So
hold on. You squat 540 pounds?
Yes. And to give you like a picture of like what my body size is, I'm 5'8" and I'm less than 145 pounds at the moment.
Bro, there's no way you squat 540 pounds. That's like how many of you?
About 3, I think. I'm not good at math.
Is that even is that physically possible?
It is. It is physically possible as long as you conditionally train your muscle to do it, and then you always up your level every time you work out that muscle. Then you'll get stronger.
What do your calves look like? Are you ripped?
I'm getting ripped, yeah, but my legs look way better than my upper half body right now. So like, I'm getting my abs back again at the moment.
Dude, there's no fucking way you're lying to me. You do not squat 540 pounds.
I'll send you a video later if you want.
You know what? Yeah, actually, dude, send me a video of you squatting 540 pounds. Can you do it right now, actually?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
You want me to go back to the leg part of it? I'll do it.
What do you mean the leg part of it?
No, because I'm at the core part of the gym right now, so I have to walk to the leg.
Okay. Oh, I thought you had a pre-existing video of this.
No, not yet, but I'll film one just for you, though.
You squatted 540 pounds and you didn't even video it to show people?
No, I'm not the show-off kind of guy, though. I'm not like literally like 3/4 of people here in the gym, or they like take selfies in the gym, or like take photos on Snapchat. Yeah.
If you can squat 540 pounds, you get to take a video of it and brag about it. You get to do that. You earned the ability to do that. Is this a one rep? Right. Is this a 1 rep max, or are you doing multiple reps?
I do 10 reps, 10 reps, 3 sets.
You 10 reps, 3 sets of 540 pounds. You're fucking lying to me.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I promise. Think I promise.
What do you bench?
I'm benching at 250 at the moment.
250?
Yeah.
Dude, what do you look like?
I'm okay. Imagine Bruce Lee with long hair.
You look like Bruce Lee with long hair.
With really long hair, yes.
Are you skinny?
Yeah, I'm slim fit. Yeah, I'm skinny.
And how much did you say you weigh?
I'm less than 145 pounds at the moment.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You are less. Shut up, dude. You are lying to me. Why are you? You're less than 145 pounds right now.
I'm at 5'8" too. 5'8", 145 pounds.
Shut the fuck up. You do not bench 250 pounds and squat 540 pounds.
I'll send you a video so you can be shocked for yourself.
That's not even what? Dude, shut the fuck. You're fucking completely lying to me right now.
I'm not lying to you, Lyle. I'm not. I swear.
How is that even physically possible?
You just train. I've been training since last fall. I've been sticking to my gym regimen since last fall, and I've gotten stronger since. You should have seen me last fall. I was at 158, and I somehow managed to lose weight during my journey of working out every time.
Dude, okay, yeah, you know what? I was gonna react to it on the podcast, but send me these videos of you doing just for my own personal. I want to see what a 5'8", 145 pound man squatting 540 pounds and benching 250 pounds looks like. Because I think, what do I bench? I bench
What do you bench at the moment?
Let me check. I forget. There's no way. Do you take steroids?
No, I don't. The most I do is actually that energy drink that you drink, Celsius.
Oh, Celsius. Yeah. No. All right. Yeah. How many Celsiuses are you on when you bench 100 and whatever when you bench?
Just
all that?
One. I just do one.
What do I bench? I'll bench my max. I don't really do the bench. I do dumbbells. So my max with the dumbbells is I'll do 2 60-pound dumbbells. So that's 120 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So do you do max rep until you fully can't do it, and then you do another set until you can't do it again?
Something like that. It depends. If I'm really into it, I'll track all this shit. But lately, it's just going to the gym has become more of a casual thing. I was really good at doing it without fail 3 times a week, and then and then I had an existential crisis and wondered what the point was. But now I'm back, sort of. Not really. I don't know why I said I'm back.
good.
I'm not back.
Hey, Lau. Just so you know that a lot of people care about you. So, like, we look out for you.
Oh,
too.
well, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm trying to look out
Yeah.
for you. You're going to kill yourself if you keep doing this.
No, I'm not going to kill myself. I know my limits. So, it's like if my body knows when to quit, I'll quit. I'm not going to, like, push myself until, like, I pop a MCL or ACL or something like that.
Dude,
Yeah, I don't want to
Jesus
do that.
Christ, man.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Mike.
Mike.
Lau. We've
Yeah.
actually met. We've actually met in the Salt Lake show before.
Oh, we did?
Your last Salt Lake show. Yes. I brought my girlfriend with me, and she was the girl that mentioned about the chocolate covered cinnamon gummy bear. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, we shook your hand and we took pictures, and you made our night.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. She mentioned the chocolate-covered cinnamon
gummy
bear. You're
Yeah.
not you're not eating that stuff.
No, I'm in a strict diet right now.
What do you eat?
So I've been really boring with my meals lately. I've been just doing like I alternate between like beef and chicken every other day with rice, and then that's it.
How long you been doing that?
Since last fall.
And you have no desire to eat something like a chocolate-covered cinnamon gummy bear?
I do it at least like on the weekends sparingly, but most of the time, yeah, I try to fight it. Remember like that? Have you seen the movie Dodgeball, where like Ben Stiller almost got fat because like he was trying to fight his urge to like eat the drumstick?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like at that moment right now, but my concentration is pretty good right now.
Oh, help me solve this mystery, okay? Help me solve this mystery. I go to the Blink Fitness, and at the Blink Fitness, they have for sale like these sour rainbow belts.
Yeah.
And I thought first, I was looking at them and I was like, is this like protein candy? And it's not. It's just regular ass sour belts. Is there any reason whatsoever from a fitness perspective why you would want to eat that before working out?
So I would not recommend you eating those. I just do like the energy bars, any energy bars that's like a little over like 20 grams of protein. And then I would just eat that before the thing. Yeah. Cause like, the gym
the question is there a reason why they sell that other than for people who have given up on their way out of the gym?
It's pure marketing, I think. It's just like, you're at a gym. Oh, look what else we're selling here. Cause like they're selling like other like weird stuff that you shouldn't be eating too. Yeah. Cause just like the gym that you just stated. I have a membership at that particular gym too, and yeah, they do that shit too.
What's your take on Bear Bell's protein bars?
I actually love it. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, they're awesome. Here's my problem. I eat one for breakfast every morning. I eat a Bear Bell's protein bar.
Oh, that's good.
It's good. That's good.
Have you tried?
That's good.
Yes, it's good. But have you tried?
Because I'm eating it and I'm like, this tastes like a candy bar. I think I've convinced myself that eating a candy bar for breakfast every morning is somehow not unhealthy. Like, there's got to be a catch.
No. Just like if you just stick to like what you're doing right now, or you intermittently go to the gym when you feel like it, and then you're still eating that in the morning, I think you'll still be fine. But like from like the sound of like your previous episode, you're just physically active every day. I think you'll be fine.
I don't know why I'm listening to you. You're lying to me about fucking benching. You're lying to me about all this.
I'm not. You're gonna get your videos tomorrow.
What's your name again?
Mike.
Mike. I like you, Mike. You're a cool guy.
You're a cool guy.
Everyone I talked to on the podcast today was I enjoyed talking to.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Especially that lady that you talked in the first half of this episode. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that part of the episode.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah.
What else? We got it. We can keep going for however long we want.
Yeah.
There's no thing. There's no. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So what else? Oh, and then there's another thing I want to talk about, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So my ex still pays for my my subscription on like premium channels like Max and Paramount, and I still don't have the heart to like tell her that I'm still using those accounts that she paid for.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna label that as a victimless crime.
Oh, really? That's a hot take. I love that.
Well, look, dude. I mean, it's not. It doesn't take away. It's not like she. Are you at like the max amount of accounts that can be added to the thing?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like my name is still on the account, like for the said username for all like the Prime Video, the Paramount Plus, Max, Netflix. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Her new guy is gonna be like, who the fuck is Matt?
Right. Exactly.
What's your icon?
Yeah,
What's your icon on it?
An alien, like for one of them, and then like I have the main guy from The Last of Us from like Max, and like I have a random puppy from my Paramount.
I think you know what? Look, here's the thing. If you want to be Jesus Christ, right? And some people, if you want to be the like Ned Flanders, like I commit, you know, if you want to be a man of like complete, utter, unflinching 100% nobility, then you could take yourself off of the HBO Max subscription. But you know, I don't know if nobody gets to 100%. If you were gunning for 100% noble Jesus Christ run of life, then you would take it off. But nobody does 100. So
yeah, no, it's kind of because like every now and then like I would like switch usernames on these said apps, and I would notice like someone's been like watching like different stuff on my part of the channel too. I was like, that's weird. I was like, I haven't seen Gilmore Girls in a long time. I was like, I've never seen that show. I was like, what the heck? I was like, why are they watching it on my account? Yeah, and then the weird part is like we split up like almost 2.5 years ago.
Oh! It's been 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Well, let her kick you off.
Oh yeah.
Who broke it off?
She did.
Is that part of what inspired you to train to squat 4 of you?
Actually, yeah. I was like not in a good shape when we broke up, and then now I'm in a better shape. Like, I feel I like this version of me versus the version of me 2.5 years ago.
Wait, so was that this is not the same woman that I met in Salt Lake City?
No, that was my new girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah, your ex-girlfriend she definitely sold low on that stock.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and then sweet. She's still working a pretty bad job. So I'm kind of happy that I'm in a better place now than she is now.
I don't fucking believe you at all. I don't believe for a second that
I
don't. And you know what the thing is? I guess on the next podcast, I'll have to mention at some point whether or not, because I'm expecting you to send me these videos.
Yeah, you're getting one tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to remember to check the phone line.
Yeah, I'll send it to your Instagram page.
Okay, yeah, do that. I check that more.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Matt, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Pigeons aren't real.
You're telling me I can eat a Bear Bells protein bar and drink a Celsius every day for the rest of my life, and it's not unhealthy?
Yeah, that's correct.
Please,
you look better. You look better.
Go ahead.
You look better now than you did when I first started watching you. So you're doing something good in your life.
Well, hold on. Well, I lost weight, and I'm continuing to lose. Well, I fell off a lot of my habits, but I did lose weight. But even though I lost weight, I don't know if losing weight is the same as being healthy, because you can eat only Twinkies for a month and you will lose weight.
Yeah. No, there's so the thing with weight loss is just like, it's literally what you do on top of it. It's what's very beneficial for you. Like, even if you don't think you don't feel like you're progressing in your physical health right now, but like, if everyone can notice that you like physically changed, then you're doing something good about your physical workout right now.
I'm gonna only eat cosmic brownies for a month. Those are so You know how many guess how many fucking calories is in a cosmic brownie, dude?
Isn't it like 1,500?
It's like 1,500. That's crazy. Yo, what is up with you and your numbers? You have outlandish numbers.
I don't know. I just my brain is full of like useless facts, so it's just like I'm crazy like that with numbers.
510, dude. Isn't that fucking bullshit? 510 calories for 10 seconds of joy. Matt.
You eat it that quick? That's crazy.
I don't know. I've never timed myself, but all right. I'll tell you what. You send me a picture of you doing a 540-pound squat and a 250-pound bench, and I'll send you a video of me eating a 510-calorie cosmic brownie.
Deal.
Matt, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
Be kind. Just take care of yourself. And I'm glad you're doing better now, Mr.
Thanks,
Lau.
Matt. Thank you, Matt. Good luck. God bless you. You're a beautiful soul. I'll see you around. I'll see you around the universe. God, good. Hold on. I'm gonna keep. Okay. First of all, I didn't mean. First of all, whenever I say God bless you to someone, I don't mean like the Christian God.
Okay.
But second of all, even if I did, that's an asshole thing to say to someone when they say God bless you. It's an asshole thing to say to someone when they say God bless you. Is I don't believe it, because when someone says God bless you, they're trying to be nice. They're trying to. They really just mean have a good day. And then when you say I don't believe in God, you kind of being an asshole. But I don't believe in God. I don't believe in like Christian God either. I believe in like higher power shit. I think you can
that's
like.
where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. But like that's like, what God. Like, but that's what God means. You know, it just means higher power. It doesn't necessarily mean like the God that you grew up with when you were going to church and shit. You know.
Yeah.
So may whatever controls the flow of the universe, be that even not a higher power, be that even you, may whatever that force is, even if that force is literally you and your brain and your actions, you being God, may God bless you. May you bless you. You know what I mean?
Well, is this what it feels like being blessed by the Gecko right now?
Do you believe in the Gecko?
I do believe in the Gecko.
To clear that up, because I've been saying God bless you to people, and I don't know why, But that's what I mean when I say it, I think. When it comes out of my gut.
I've always wanted to ask you about that. I was always just like, I don't know if he's like real, because I know you're Jewish, so it's just like.
Well, I grew up. I grew up culturally Jewish, but I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Torah is. I don't think most Jews know what, like. It doesn't. Judaism has no effect on my spiritual views of life and the universe. It's just, I like eating matzah.
Ooh, I haven't had matzah in a long time.
But no, I don't mean like a Christian. I don't mean like a Christian made Jesus Christ as we understand that to be. It just means, whatever. I guess I explained it well. It's just a higher power. That's not even what I mean. You know what it really is. Actually, it's not even any of that stuff. It's just, you know what it really is. I just needed something to say.
Oh,
that's what it really is. It just means bye. It just makes. Yeah. It's just words. It means nothing. It doesn't even mean any of the stuff I said about you being God. It's just saying more words because we're in a conversation, and when you're in a conversation, you have to say words for there to be a conversation. That's what it means when I say God bless you. So
yeah, if you put that on a t-shirt, I'd totally buy it.
Matt, God bless you. Send me that video of you lifting 100 and whatever pounds, and I may never talk to you ever again, but if that is the case, I enjoyed the period of time that we did get to talk.
I concur.
Have a good night, Matt.
You too, sir. Okay, bye.
I liked Matt. Matt was cool. I liked everyone we talked to today. What a great episode of the podcast. Thank you to everyone who listens to this. This was a fun episode of the podcast. Sometimes we just do an episode, and I'm like, wow, I felt great. The correlation is always about how much caffeine I ingested before recording. It makes me feel like myself. Like, chemically, I know it's not. It feels weird to like need a substance to be yourself, but I really do feel like myself. I loved the version of myself that I was for the entire duration of this episode. And the reason for that is because I drank a Diet Mountain Dew, which has 91 milligrams of caffeine. I could keep talking. Sometimes by the end of doing this, like, I'm exhausted and I lie on the floor. But today I'm like, I could just keep talking. I feel good. This was nice. I'm gonna quit while we're hot. Thank you for listening to the Therapy Gecko podcast. I really mean it. I'm honored. Thanks for sitting through the ads or skipping through them. Thanks for dealing with it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting. If you comment, I read all the Spotify and the YouTube comments because I'm crazy. This was nice. This was good. I enjoyed doing this. This felt fun to do, and I felt honored to be able to do it today. So thank you for listening. I'm gonna go calm down. I need to calm down. I'm gonna go calm down. God bless you, I guess, whatever the fuck I mean when I say that. I'm glad I got to clear that up. And I'm gonna go eat something. I'm gonna go eat a fucking sandwich and watch TV and feel honored. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich and watch a YouTube video about Luigi and about like 10 Luigi facts or whatever the fuck. And I'm gonna feel honored that I get to live today to do that. All right. Gecko out.